the hard work everyone's been trying to do on this budget. I've been sitting through most of these meetings myself, and I can tell it's been a very stressful situation. I'm here to talk a little bit tonight about my thoughts on the budget and things I've heard about cuts to some of the organizations and the raising of taxes. First of all, the way I might look at taxes a little different than some people that have spoken tonight, but I tend to look at them as paying for services. In the county, we have certain services that our taxes pay for, and to provide those services, we have to maintain a certain level of income. So if we cut taxes, then we have to cut services that we provide. So if you want certain services, then you need to be willing to pay for them. And I've heard a lot of people say, well, you know, we want to keep these services, but we don't want our taxes raised to pay for them. So it's kind of a sticky situation. And then I thought about who pays taxes in the county. And I thought, okay, people that own property pay taxes in the county. If you own no property, then you don't pay property taxes. And you pay taxes on the vehicles you own. You don't own any vehicles, you don't pay taxes on them. So, in essence, the more you have, the more you pay. And if you gave up everything you had, you wouldn't have to pay taxes. You didn't have any vehicles and you walked everywhere you went. You wouldn't have to buy gas. You wouldn't have to pay taxes. You sold your home. You live in an apartment. You might have to pay taxes on the electric bill and things like that. If you turned off the power, you wouldn't even have to pay taxes on that. So I've just been thinking about the whole tax situation. And I got to thinking about a lot of these organizations. And I serve on many different committees, so I talk to a lot of people in the county. I serve on the Sparta Revitalization Committee. I serve on the Merchants Committee. I serve on the Children's Collaborative Committee. I serve on the Ministerium Committee. And I'm a member of the American Legion. And I'm out and about in the community, and I've talked to different people about their thoughts on this proposed tax increase and the cuts to certain organizations. And the library's been talked about a lot here tonight. And I am a great supporter of the library, always have been my whole life. I guess probably since I was in the 4th grade, I've had a library card everywhere I've ever lived. And you have to remember, it's the Alleghany Public Library. That means it's open to the public. It's open for everybody's use. And they provide a much-needed service to many of the citizens in the county as far as internet access, the availability of books. And also I heard in the discussion that if the Alleghany Library was cut a certain percentage, that they would also be cut a certain percentage from the state. So therefore, they are kind of being penalized double for any cut that the county makes. And in the same, kind of along the same lines, I know the Arts Council talked about some of the services they provide and the funding they give to the library for some of the programs they put on. So, in essence, if you cut some of the funding for the Arts Council, you're also cutting additional funding for the library. Now, I know a lot of people, the way they look at things, if it's a service they don't use, they don't really think it's necessary. So they think, okay, we can cut this. I don't use it. I don't need it. What's the value of it? But I know I was here when the organizations were presenting to you all the other night of how the budget cuts would affect them. And the majority of those organizations will affect young people of the county, elderly people of the county, and people with special needs. Now, we need to take care of these citizens of our county. And I feel that any cuts that would jeopardize us taking care of these people are wrong. And I think we need to strongly look at the budget. And I'm not for tax increases. My mother-in-law is on a fixed income. We pay her taxes along with, we split it 4 ways between the family. So if taxes are raised, that'll not only affect us in our home, but it'll also affect us in having to pay her taxes. But I believe we need to keep the services at the level we presently have. And I, for one, am willing to make that sacrifice for the citizens of this county and pay for those services that I feel are important in this county. If we do not step up to the plate and maintain where we're at, we'll only go backwards. And look what happened in Grayson County recently. No tax raises, no tax raises, no tax raises. My mother lives in Grayson County. My sister lives in Grayson County. And it hit them hard when you get a big tax increase like that at one time. But if we can keep things level and we can do small increases to maintain the level of services we have, it's not so hard on everybody. And I understand everybody's hurting, and I understand, hard economic times. But if we don't have services and we don't support citizens of this county, then we can't grow and we can't become better as a better economy and bring jobs to this county. People want to come to places where there's certain opportunities and there's certain services. And all I ask is that you look at the budget. And I'm willing to pay my taxes. And I'm willing to pay a higher tax if my tax dollars are spent wisely. And my tax dollars go to the organizations that most benefit the citizens of this county. Thank you for your time.
Bravo.